Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm 14. You're not gonna believe what happened to my family. The story I'm about to tell you is drama and thriller all in one. Except it's not just a story, it's my life. When I was 5, I thought my family was perfect. Dad adored me. He bought me everything I wanted. Toys, puppies, doll houses. Once he even bought a real lake house. We stayed there in summer. It was the best time of my life. Mom was awesome too. She played hide and seek with me, made cookies, and laughed at all my antics. But then something went wrong. Mom started to spend all her time with me. Literally all the time. She wouldn't let Dad talk to me for more than half an hour. Whenever he walked by, Mom would quickly get up and drag me away.
Your father has changed. He's not the person I married.
I believed her. She was my mom. Of course I did. She and Dad were constantly fighting. They'd shout, break dishes, and slam doors like movie characters. Dad changed. I hardly recognized him. He was moody and irritable. Sometimes he just sat in the dark and stared at nothing. When he looked at me, my blood ran cold. I could see why Mom was afraid of him. By that point, I was too. One night, Mom woke me up.
Shh, pack up, baby. We're leaving now.
Where? Why? Hurry up. We'd almost sneaked out of the house when Dad suddenly appeared. I'll never forget how he looked at that moment. Gloomy, like a shadow. The next day, Mom was no longer there.
Don't worry, she's left on a business trip.
But Mom had never worked. She'd always been at home. Always. A business trip? Seriously? I didn't believe it. I went to my best friend, Kathleen. She lived across the street and her parents had long installed security cameras at their home. My mom is missing. I think Dad did something to her. We watched the security footage and what we saw was absolutely insane. At around 2 in the morning, a black van pulled up to my house. People in black jackets got out of it. One of them was bald and looked really creepy. It was like something out of a mafia movie. He talked to my dad. Then, the two of them dragged Mom into the van. She looked out of it. I don't know how else to describe it. Then, the van had driven away. Ashley, this is weird. You need to tell the police about this. But I was too afraid to do that. Dad terrified me. He was too unpredictable. I felt like I would be in danger if I went to the police and reported him. Kathleen and I resolved to figure it out by ourselves. The van's license plate had been caught on camera. We Googled it and found the company it belonged to. It was called West Coast Logistics or something like that. Their office was on the other side of the city. We headed there after school. It took us a while to find the building because it was on private territory. Kathleen found the entrance. We were about to walk in, but then he appeared.
Go home right now.
His voice was icy. I tried to pull away, but he held me tight. I was terrified. The next day, I tried to escape again, but all my attempts to distract Dad failed. I need to buy shampoo. I've run out.
No.
I'm going to Kathleen's. We want to do biology homework together.
No.
And then, right as I was running out of hope, Mom came back, unharmed and smiling like nothing had happened. Mom! Everything's okay, honey. I ran up to hug her, but something was wrong. Her eyes, they looked empty, like Mom wasn't really there. Her voice was too calm. It was like she was reading from a script. Mom, where have you been? Why didn't you say you were leaving? Who were those people last night? Have you been watching movies? Everything is fine. Your father must have told you too many scary stories. I was happy to have Mom back. We made breakfast, walked in the park, and watched old movies on the couch like we used to. Or at least, that's what it looked like. But I could feel something wasn't right. That wasn't the woman who used to make me cookies and hide with me under the blanket during thunderstorms. She was someone else. Dad was always watching us. He followed us around and wouldn't take his eyes off us. I was scared. It was clear to me that he was hiding something. One day, I came back from school and saw the van I'd seen on surveillance footage near our house. My dad and the bald guy who had taken my mom away were next to it. They were arguing, and then the bald man left. They were definitely hiding something. But that wasn't the worst part. Mom was getting weirder by the day. Sometimes she couldn't even remember her own name and forgot that I was her daughter. Where am I? This is not my life. Then things went from bad to worse. That day, I saw Mom looking at herself in the bathroom mirror and tugging at the skin on her stomach. I hate this body. I hate it. What the heck was that? My mom would have never said that. That was when I realized it wasn't her. Dad hired a crazy actress to act like Mom. But why would he do that? I told Kathleen everything. To my relief, she was still on my side. Jeez, if you're right, we need to save your real mom. Will you help me? Of course. We came up with a plan. Kathleen was to call my dad and lure him out of the house. Meanwhile, I was supposed to go back to the company my mom had been taken away to and get to the bottom of everything. Our plan worked. Almost. I got behind the fence and found myself myself in a restricted area. There were white corridors, cells, and doors with code locks inside the building. I thought I'd find Mom there, but
You shouldn't be here.
let me go! He called Dad.
She's here again. Come get her.
Dad arrived half an hour later.
Why don't you trust me, Ashley?
Because you're lying to me! You did something to Mom! I hate you! We returned home, and I just stopped talking to that woman. I thought that if I ignored her, things would become clearer. I would get my real mom out, and we would escape, just the two of us. I even started to save up money. I hid it in the lining of my backpack. I was also working on an escape route. I believed that I could save Mom. Then, things got truly weird. One night, I woke up when someone covered my mouth with their hand. I flinched, terrified. It was the actress posing as my mom.
Shh, Ashley, we've got to go right now. He's hiding behind a mask. He controls everything.
What are you talking about? Where do you want to go? I didn't know what to do and ended up following her. We ran out of the house. She dragged me through the streets and kept looking back.
I shouldn't have come back. It's all my thoughts. They're surrounding me.
Then we were almost hit by a car at an intersection. I screamed, and then Dad appeared out of the darkness, grabbed my fake mom, and pulled her off the road.
What are you doing?
She was squealing like a crazy piglet. We returned home again. Dad locked the actress in a room.
Ashley, I need to tell you something. I know how much you love your mom, and I love her too, but she's sick. She can be dangerous to herself and to you. She needs help, you know?
I didn't know what to say, and then I looked outside the window and saw a van pulling up to our house again. People with cold faces got out of it. That bald man was among them.
Ashley, don't trust them. I'm real.
It will be fine.
Who can I trust? Dad? The woman who claimed to be my mother? Or no one at all? Later, I sat on my bed wrapped in a blanket, feeling like my world was falling apart. The voices in my head were arguing with each other. He set it all up. No, he's your dad. He wouldn't do that. What if he took Mom away, hired and then fired her when you grew suspicious? Maybe he's afraid you'll find out the truth. Breathe. Just breathe. Anxiety was crashing over me in waves. My stomach was in knots. Dad was being too kind, too attentive. It was like he was trying to distract me so that I wouldn't ask any questions. But I had to find out the truth. Kathleen, I need your help again. I told her everything about the actress, about Dad kicking her out, and about my suspicions. Ash, could you be wrong? Maybe your dad was just protecting you. What if he's telling the truth? What? Are you on his side now? No, but what if he's not a villain and just a confused father? You can't be sure. And you can't be sure that he's innocent. I thought you were on my side. But you're like everyone else. Ashley, wait! I couldn't count on anyone but myself. It was like Dad had been replaced. He made me hot cocoa and wanted us to watch movies together. He was the picture of a loving father, but my gut was telling me something was wrong. It's not that he loved me. He was just watching me to control me. He was afraid I would run away or that I'd find out the truth. Should I escape again? He'd always found me. That's when I realized that if I couldn't escape, then I had to distract him and finish what I started. That evening, I left a letter on the kitchen table. In it, I wrote that I couldn't take it anymore and wanted to spend some time alone in the place where we were once happy. I also left a drawing of our lake house next to it to give Dad a hint. At night, I heard the front door slam shut and then the car start. Dad had left. That was it. It was my chance. I knew where to go. I'd already been there twice. Now, I knew where the cameras were and hid in the shadows. My heart was pounding like a siren's pulse. I saw a familiar figure. It was that bald man again. He was standing with his back to me and talking to someone. I slipped past them. Next, I went up the stairs, took a turn, and reached the second floor. I looked through all the door windows, but only saw strangers. It was a psychiatric clinic. And then, Mom! She wasn't looking at me, even when I knocked on the glass. Mom, it's me! She just sat there, rocking back and forth and whispering to herself. Her eyes were glassy. I hardly recognized her.
You shouldn't have come here.
I turned around, and it was that bald man, as calm as ever. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Kruger, a psychiatrist. Your father and I have known each other for a long time.
He keeps her here against her will.
No, Ashley. Her disorder keeps her here. As for your father, he has been trying to keep you safe from her.
I didn't believe him. I didn't want to.
Your mother has been ill long before you were born. There were some good moments, that's true. There were even years when she smiled and seemed normal, but the disease had not gone away. It was just dormant. But then it came back. Your mother started to see threats everywhere, even when she looked at your dad.
You're lying! Why didn't he tell me?
Because you were a child. Your father wanted you to be happy, but your mother started to spend more and more time with you. She turned you against your father and told you some scary lies. Your father was suffering. He realized that he was losing both of you and there was nothing he could do.
I remembered Mom whispering to me at night.
Your father's angry. He doesn't like us. He wants to get rid of us.
I believed her. I loved her. How could I not?
When she tried to run away with you, your father was terrified. That's when he came to me. I examined your mother. She has an organic disorder. Her frontal lobes are damaged. It is slowly destroying her personality and makes her vulnerable to paranoia and delusions. I told your father she urgently needed treatment, that it might take years for her to get better and she might never recover.
But he didn't agree to it, did he?
He loved her too much. He took her home and tried to take care of her and look for alternative treatments. He spent all his time and money trying to get her back, but she kept growing more and more distant. Her anxiety, delusions, and paranoia were getting worse.
I felt so scared and ashamed of the way I'd acted. I wanted to disappear.
After your mother tried to run away with you again, your father gave up. He called me and I came by at night. Your mother was in a state of acute psychosis. We brought her here. Your father tried to tell you everything, but you didn't believe him, and he didn't push. He just wanted to be there for you and give you stability.
I wanted to. No, I needed to see Dad as soon as possible. I ran outside. The rain was lashing down. I rode my bike and prayed for only one thing, that Dad would be fine. I wanted to apologize to him, to tell him I knew the truth, that I loved and believed him. Dad? Daddy? He didn't answer. I ran into his room, but it was empty. I looked into the bathroom and the kitchen, but he wasn't there either. Then I grabbed my phone. My hands were shaking. I quickly called Dad, but a stranger answered. Who are you? Where's my dad?
Your father got into an accident. His car slipped off the road near a lake house. He's been taken to the hospital.
The world tilted. It lost its colors. I don't remember running to the hospital. I only remember the white walls, the smell of medicine, and my own heavy breathing.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I believed, but now I know.
You're alive. That's good.
I didn't let go of his hand after that and stayed in the hospital for days while he recovered. We talked and cried a lot, and then we started over. Everything at home reminded us of the past, but also about everything we had survived. We often visited Mom. She looked at us like she wasn't even seeing us. Sometimes she smiled. Sometimes she cried for no reason. Dr. Kruger said there's a chance she might get better. Even though it's small, we're not giving up. I made up with Kathleen. I came up to her first, feeling so guilty I couldn't even look at her. It's not your fault. You were just trapped. She forgave me. We didn't discuss scary things anymore, but I knew that if things got bad, she would be there for me. I also often have nightmares. Sometimes I think that I hear Mom whispering to me. Sometimes disturbing thoughts cling to me like sticky spiders. I'm afraid I inherited Mom's delusions and paranoia. That's why I often visit Dr. Kruger. We talk a lot. I'm learning to recognize my thoughts, control them, and stop them from getting the upper hand. I love my dad, and it's all real. If I have darkness inside me too, I won't let it consume me. After all, Dad will always be by my side. Please press like and subscribe to the Private Diary channel. Has anything good happened to you today? Tell me in the comments down below.